Delta Airlines has a unique arrangement when it comes to its transatlantic/European operations. The airline not only operates an extremely healthy transatlantic network of its own, but it also has multiple different partner airlines scattered across Europe, which help support its dynamic operations. The airline primarily focuses its transatlantic operations on serving major hub facilities on the continent with high-volume, high-frequency services from its bases in the United States, including Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, or ATL, and New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, or JFK. Other American carriers have their own arrangements, but their partnerships use different European hubs. The airline enjoys having multiple major connecting partners in Europe, including Virgin Atlantic at London Heathrow Airport and Air France at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. However, the most important connecting partner that the airline has, and the one it relies most heavily upon, is undeniably KLM, which operates a sizable intra-Europe and intercontinental operation out of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. In today's video, we'll evaluate Delta's unique relationship with Schiphol Airport and why the carrier relies so heavily on this facility. We first have to say that this strategy in itself is not unique. American Airlines depends heavily on services to London Heathrow and onward connections with British Airways. United's largest European partner is Lufthansa and thus sees many onward connections with the German carrier at its Frankfurt hub, as well as Munich to a lesser extent. But for SkyTeam Alliance member Delta Airlines, it's mainly about Amsterdam and KLM. Amsterdam Schiphol is the principal international air travel gateway for the Netherlands, and it is a major hub for the SkyTeam Alliance. Covering more than 6,800 acres, Schiphol has just one terminal divided into 3 different departure halls. Back in 2019, the airport handled more than 70 million passengers, making it the 3rd busiest airport in Europe by passenger volume and the busiest individual airport on the continent by aircraft movements. Today, the airport is the main hub for national carrier KLM Royal Dutch Airlines and its regional subsidiary KLM Cityhopper. As an aside, the airport is also an operating base for multiple other smaller carriers, including EasyJet, Transavia, TUI Fly Netherlands, and Vueling. The airport has long been seen as one of Europe's best airports, having been voted as the best in Western Europe in 2020. Delta Airlines is one of the largest and most important long-haul carriers at Schiphol Airport. The airline operates non-stop flights from Schiphol Airport to destinations across the United States, targeting not only leisure travelers but also appealing to business passengers with premium classes like their Delta One product. Here is a complete list of all the US destinations Delta serves from Amsterdam year-round: Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, Boston Logan, Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County, Minneapolis St. Paul, John F. Kennedy International in New York, Salt Lake City International, Seattle Tacoma International, and Tampa International Airport, or TPA. This makes Amsterdam one of Delta's most served international destinations in the United States, something which demonstrates its status as a crucial connecting hub for the airline. Delta serves one seasonal route in addition to these 8 year-round services from Amsterdam. Recently, the carrier has added peak season flights to Amsterdam from Orlando International, according to Aero Routes. The Tampa and Orlando services are the 2 most noteworthy of these, as they are not flights that operate to or from a major Delta Airlines hub. As a result, the carrier's network from Amsterdam includes multiple destinations which are not major connecting hubs for the carrier, something unique for an airline of Delta's size. Delta Airlines must have an extremely strong incentive to operate flights to Amsterdam from non-hub locations, especially given the additional costs incurred by the carrier to operate these kinds of services. The answer is a little more unclear, as it has relatively little to do with the Amsterdam market itself, but you may already see where this is going. Delta's largest and most important SkyTeam Alliance partner in Europe is the Air France KLM Group, which owns and operates both the French and Dutch flag carriers. Non-stop services to Amsterdam provide passengers from Delta's US gateways with an incredible opportunity to connect onto flights from the Dutch capital to destinations across Europe and beyond. This makes Amsterdam an invaluable connecting hub for the carrier. Air France is also a major connecting partner for the airline, but the carrier's route network and connecting potential is somewhat limited by operational restrictions at Charles de Gaulle Airport. Furthermore, Virgin Atlantic is another major airline partner, although it lacks the short-haul network needed to serve as a truly capable connecting partner. Delta Airlines' main dependence on Amsterdam Schiphol Airport is that it gives its American customer base access to dozens of easy connections across Europe and beyond through its SkyTeam partner KLM. Due to its own resource limitations and priorities, Delta is only capable of serving a handful of destinations in Europe with non-stop flights. As a result, passengers looking to connect to destinations deeper into the continent or to smaller markets will have to connect through a major airline hub. For Delta customers, Amsterdam Schiphol serves as the perfect example of such a connecting hub. Therefore, Delta funnels tons of passenger capacity from its major US gateways and some smaller markets like Tampa to Amsterdam, giving passengers as much operational flexibility as possible. Now that we've talked quite a bit about how Amsterdam Schiphol is a critical connecting hub for Delta, let's take a deeper look at the network operated by its partner carrier from the facility. KLM operates flights to over 160 destinations across 70 different countries and 5 different continents. The airline's route network is one of the most extensive in Europe as it links both major capitals and secondary cities to each other. The airline also operates extensive intercontinental services to North America, South America, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, all of which inbound Delta passengers can easily connect onto. The airline's network out of Amsterdam Schiphol only continues to grow, with the airline adding services to new destinations each year. In November 2024, KLM announced that it would be launching new direct services to San Diego International Airport and that it would be expanding its presence on the Indian subcontinent. Multiple SkyTeam carriers have hubs in Europe, but Amsterdam Schiphol just might be the most important of these hubs due to its strategic location and massive presence of SkyTeam carriers. Airlines like China Eastern and Kenya Airways all have a strong presence at the facility. And of course, Air France operates multiple flights to and from Paris to allow for onward connections at Charles de Gaulle. This means that Delta's flights to the Dutch airport may also allow for connections to the flights of these fellow alliance members. KLM alone has more than 300 code-share partnerships with both SkyTeam and non-SkyTeam carriers, meaning its reach on its own is truly global. With these partnerships, Delta and KLM together can offer flights to more than 800 destinations across the globe. A last point to be made about the importance of Amsterdam Schiphol as a hub for KLM is that the facility is also a major base for SkyTeam's cargo operations. This is obviously anchored by KLM's massive cargo division, but freight traffic is certainly fed by all the airline's partners, including Delta. Have you ever connected at Amsterdam Schiphol with a Delta service? Share your experience by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.